Let's see if it comes back on this one. It said, yeeted. This shit cracks me up actually because people are like all worried. I was checking my email and it just says, we just got a copyright match. So that's it. That's all. No big deal. Hold on. Let me go over here and make sure that you guys aren't still sitting in the other one. Hold on. Let me make sure they're going to probably eat this one. Let's see. Let's see what it's going to do here. Let's see what happens here. Did we come back? Yeah, it's because it's a TED Talk. I kind of expected it. I should have warned you guys beforehand. Sorry. They have copyright matches on them. So if you play them, and I knew that was a risk I was going to take to play it steadily. No. It's a copyright match. So TED Talks are very, very copyrighted. They're just like, that whole company that does all of this stuff is extremely copyrighted, and they have the copyright match system thing up. Yeah, no, it's totally fine. It's all good. There's nothing in there about a strike. Hold on, I just checked my email. All it says is, just so you guys know, it says, due to a copyright match, your stream was interrupted. And then it says my video title. Hold on, let me show you. Oh, I'm not sitting outside. No, I'm not going to show you guys. Streams are interrupted when copyright content is detected. After copyright material is no longer being streamed, streams are automatically re-enabled. It's the same thing. It's totally fine. Yeah, we're good. We're good, y'all. We're good. I think it'll take my other video down, or I don't even know. Like, it just made me end it. I was like, okay, bye-bye. So there's that. Yeah, it's basically the same as playing music. Truth hurts, exactly. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna have to do it differently. I'm gonna have to break that up and not do it. What I'm gonna do is probably just put that stuff back up and no, we're not struck. We're not struck. I know, Autumn. It's annoying though. That's so stupid. They want people to do. Damn it. Did it take my video too? That's the only thing I care about. We were here for like 2 hours, mofos. Damn it. Where's my... Oh, I can't see my videos. The good Nunya on these ones, no. Unfortunately, it's just that copyright match. As soon as it hits, it doesn't matter if you pause a lot or not. It's the same as music. You can play 2 seconds of some of this stuff, and it's not even private on my end. It's not even private. Yes, of course, Millie. Yes, because that's an incredible one. That's what's so unfortunate about some of these, because you want to get it from the source, and then you get this that happens. But it's okay. We're all good. Let me grab that for you. Put it in the link for you guys so you guys can watch it on your own. Okay, I got to figure out a way to do this without getting that to go off next time. All right, I'm going to read you guys a story now of decompression from a different group. I'm going to read it to you, though, instead of playing it, because in case. So there's actually a discussion currently going on about a gal who's an influencer. Actually, let me pull it up. I'm going to play another highly copyrighted video. Here we go. Long Crime Network. What am I doing to myself today? Hold on. Oh, it did eat my other video. What the hell? Oh, well. Such is life. That's the first video I've had taken down. You live, you learn. Okay, let me grab this one. Long Crime. Here's a good example of indoctrination and the trauma that can come off of it. Let me pull it up. It's a current situation that's happening. in Utah. It's been going on for a couple years now. Some of you guys might know the story of Taylor Frankie Paul. I've been following this for years just because it's local to me, and this is high interest of me. Just a second. Let me find her. The Lori Daybell situation fits a lot of the high control groups in a small setting too, showing that it doesn't have to be these big, huge settings. Let me find it. Sorry, y'all. Give me a second. I'm sitting outside too, so you're hearing birds. Man, they've done a lot on the Lori Daybell situation. Holy crap. Give me 1 second, y'all. Sorry. By the way, if I do end up ever getting a strike, just so you guys know, nothing will stop over here. I'll just stream on Facebook. I have nothing to it'll be totally fine. Where did she go? Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right. I'm going to have to pause through this one. Okay, here we go. So this is a gal that grew up in the LDS religion, and I'm gonna start here because I think it's great. Oh, did it not come through? Hold on, let me try it again. It's right here on my side. Hold on, let me try it again. I just linked it. Let me shoot it again. Did some of you guys get it? Or did nobody get it? Here it comes again. Okay, so this is LDS. This is just Church of Latter-day Saints. Okay, so this gal has been in the news recently. She is a TikTok influencer. She has made quite the name for herself on TikTok. Utah Mom Talk is where it got started. She was raised in the LDS religion. Within the LDS religion, there is a very, very big purity culture, especially in the state of Utah. Utah Mormons are different from any other Mormons I've ever been around in my entire life, and I've lived all over the place and been friends with a bunch. But the reason for a lot of that is because Utah is seen as the holy land for the LDS religion. There is a lot to that. So everybody in Utah not everybody, a large majority of the Mormon population in Utah is striving for the ideal perfectionism. Like they want to be perfect. How the Mormon church is set up, even in the neighborhoods in Utah, is very interesting. So what we have, just so you guys get a background story to this, is oh, perfect. Autumn, thank you. You have wards. So the neighborhoods are divided by wards. So your ward is your neighborhood. So each neighborhood, like in my neighborhood, it's like 3 or 4 different blocks. And the purpose of that is so you are ingrained with the people that you live around. They go to the same church building as you. Now, wards can use the same church building, like multiple wards. So we have one church building right over here around the corner from our house and 2 different wards. So the neighborhood that I'm in and then the neighborhood behind us use that. And it's a way to tighten your communities. Also, neighbors tell on neighbors. It's a big form of control, but beyond just how that happens, there's a purity thing. The purity, it's so bad. It's so bad, the purity culture here. It's in the school systems. It's just really sad. Anyway, so this girl was born and raised into the LDS religion. She got married really young, started having children. Her name is Taylor Frankie Paul. She was married for quite some time. Her and a group of friends, they called themselves Mom Talk or Utah Mom Talk or the Utah moms, and there was a big group of them that all kind of rose to TikTok fame. So this is a very typical situation here in Utah. This situation has been going on for years. So these young kids, granted they're adults, but they're still young, got into marriages right out of graduating high school, basically, started having kids, have no experience with other people, their sexuality, none of it. So they're in marriages and left to think that that's the only way they can move, right? This is just what they're called to do. They're called to be moms, they're called to be wives. There's nothing beyond that. Well, unfortunately, that's not how life works. So a while back, it's probably been over a year now, the group of people that she runs around with got into swinging. They call it soft swinging because they claim that there's no how do I say it properly on the internet? there's no sex. It's everything but sex is what they claim is soft swinging. So the group of friends, they had all agreed to do this. They had rules that they had set up, just like swingers do. Again, I'm not kink shaming whatsoever. In fact, I feel bad for this group of kids because they're young adults that never got to explore the sexuality, never got to understand what they even liked, didn't like. So then they ended up in this soft swinging situation. And she ended up, according to the rules that they had set, she ended up developing feelings for another one of the husbands, and they ended up breaking some rules of their quote unquote soft swinging agreement. It was another one of the husbands of one of her friends. There was a big, huge fallout on social media because of it. She came on, was making jokes about being a swinger. Meanwhile, the girl is extremely toxic, but it's because she was raised toxic. Fast forward to she got divorced because they broke the rules in her soft swinging. She's got 2 young kids. Her and the father of her children, they have been trying to do their best, but she ended up getting a boyfriend. So this was February of this year. Let's go.
How do you spell your first name? Just go ahead and just focus on breathing for me.
Shocking video shows what led up to the arrest of Taylor Frankie Paul, a Mormon influencer known for referencing swinging in her videos.
Hi guys, we are going to be prepping for my kids because for those of you that know, I'm a divorced parent, so I do like a prep day before my kids come for the weekend. I already have them because I got them a day earlier than I thought, so we are still going to go.
She's a beautiful young gal. She's got siblings, a beautiful family. Like, she is a beautiful young lady. First and foremost, let me please understand that I am not bringing this up to degrade her, but it's a great thing about high control groups, the purity culture, all of it, kind of how this stuff happens, how it also can unfold on social media. And unfortunately, this is a lot of trauma, a lot.
Go get groceries and prep for the weekend.
28-year-old Paul rose to fame on TikTok after saying her ex-husband, Tate Paul, filed for divorce when she broke the rules.
Tate is a good-looking man, and he's a very good father, too. I will have to say these kids have been trying their best.
In their soft swinging relationship.
Did you sleep with him or just kiss him?
I slept with him.
Okay, fine.
Nearly 1 year after her ex-husband filed for divorce, Paul was caught on camera crying hysterically before her arrest.
Okay, now let me remind you of timeline here. So she rose to TikTok stardom because of Utah Mom Talk, which is a bunch of group. There's a bunch of girls just like her, unfortunately, very toxic, very indoctrinated, very Utah. I don't even know how to explain it beyond that. Yenzi will get it if she's here. Anyways, this perfectionism, the looking perfect, they're okay with, changing your looks up, all of that stuff, because it's the idea of perfectionism. So she got caught in a soft swinging relationship, broke rules, got divorced, got in a relationship with another person that's got a social media following, and it turned toxic. Shocker.
I'm not physically hurting. I'm learning.
Okay. So your last name is just Paul?
Yep.
Okay.
The video shows a clearly distraught Paul speaking with police after a 911 call came in for a domestic violence report on February 17th.
911, what is the city and address of your emergency?
There's like domestic violence, like somebody is screaming, like, get off me. There is like a woman screaming. There's like the garage door keeps opening and shutting. It sounds like she's trying to get out.
Okay.
Harriman, Utah police arrive at Paul's home to find her.
This is actually from Law and Crime Network. This is her arrest in February. You can follow her on TikTok. Her name is Taylor Frankie Paul. Again, she's a beautiful young lady. And there's just a lot of issues here beyond what we're seeing. Like, it's not as simple as people are making it out to be. This is a very, very traumatic situation and a whole lifestyle of it, unfortunately, that's playing out on social media.
Her and her boyfriend, 30-year-old Dakota Mortensen, amidst an argument.
You threw me in the garage.
Stop.
After that, police separate the pair and begin to question Paul.
What's up?
I just want to be able to talk to you without you two bickering at each other.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So go ahead, like, you can sit or whichever.
Now, reminder, she was already divorced at the time that this happened. This was the boyfriend, Dylan Mortensen. No, that's not right. Why did I say that? That's not his name. Dakota. Dylan Mortensen. Oh my gosh. Rich. Dakota, not Dylan. Jeez, Becky.
Okay.
So what's your name?
Taylor.
Taylor. I'm Officer Rubrecht with the Harriman Police Department.
Okay.
The neighbors called in saying they heard a bunch of yelling. And
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So let's start with this. How do you spell your first name?
T-Y-L-Y.
Just go ahead and just focus on breathing for me.
Okay, go ahead.
So T-A-Y-L-O-Y, right?
Yeah.
What's your last name?
P-A-U-L.
Yes, Paige. Yes, Paige. Her
Do you
ex-husband.
need paramedics for anything?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Have you had a little bit too much to drink tonight? I can smell the alcohol pretty strong.
Sure, but not anything crazy. I went out on a girls' night and I came home. Safe driving.
Okay. I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about, like, do I need to call paramedics to come check you out?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Paul continues to cry, explaining to officers her side of the story.
Yeah, and please let me say this too. Consensual swinging relationships are not like this. This was a soft swinging situation of people who grew up in the purity culture that were trying to explore their sexuality, in my opinion. And it ended up breaking rules because she ended up having feelings. Like, this is a totally different situation than typical swinger situations. Again, there was rules that they had adopted. There was consensual stuff going on, but lines got crossed. It's a little bit different than your typical swinging situations, but consent is a major thing. And people get a really bad stigma because of others' perceptions in this relationship. There's a lot of people that are into this and okay with it. Totally fine. This situation has a lot before it that built into this
story.
Oh.
What did I do wrong so I can help myself? What did I do wrong? Help me to know so I can do better.
Well, it's not Taylor, look at me. It's not that you did anything wrong per se. We are just, the neighbors called in thinking that someone's getting hurt.
No one's getting hurt. I'm just emotionally hurt because I'm good divorce and I'm just hurt.
Is that
I'm emotionally hurt. I got a divorce, getting a divorce. I think the divorce was final at this point, but she had just gone through a divorce that played out extremely publicly on a huge platform.
What?
oh, thank you. Is that what's going on tonight that started everything?
Yeah, I'm emotionally super hurt. I can't help anyone. I'm just so hurt emotionally. I'm sorry. Can I get a drink of water? Can I get a drink of water? I'm just really hurting. I can get my husband to come get the kids if that's easier. I don't know what he wants from me. I don't want anyone that wants from me. I'm just so hurt.
So tell me what happened tonight.
He pushed me in the garage and it's fine. I don't give a fuck. I just want to move on. I don't give a fuck about him. I just want to move on. I don't care. I pushed him. I hit him. He pushed me. I don't know what to think about it. Can I get a drink, please? Please?
Can you promise not to talk to him while we go in there?
They're there.
Sure.
Paul says she went, quote, ballistic during the argument.
Oh my God. What do you need from me?
So I just need you to tell me what happened tonight. So you went out on a girls' night. You said that, right?
Yeah, he came pick me up from girls' night.
And then what happened?
And he was bitching me out the whole way home.
About, so when you describe that to me, about what?
I guess having fun with the girls. And he was going to a concert, but he was like, we're not going to concert now. And he came home. And then we were fighting. And we were fighting at each other. And then he I was going at him, I guess hitting him. And then he pushed me into the kids' stuff. And then I went ballistic because he pushed me so hard. And then I fought back, and then we were just fighting, and I just want him out.
Where did the kids go?
My daughter's right there, and then my son's up sleeping because we had my family member that was babysitting. And that's all. I guess that's all.
With you guys fighting, do you have any injuries?
No, I think I'm okay. My fingers hurt. I think I'm okay.
Can I see your hands?
Yeah, I just want to go to bed.
Just like this.
I just want to go to bed. I think I'm okay. I'm good.
What about the other side?
Her TikTok, for those of you guys that don't know, so her TikTok over the last couple of years, she has done videos when she showed like a screenshot of her phone that the Mormon church, the LDS, was calling her. She has kind of gone back and forth about her religion, the soft swinging things, like for the kind of trying to make it a joke almost in ways, because a lot of the behaviors that she displays on social media is not behaviors that are the perfect Mormon, if that makes sense. So she gets criticized a lot. In Utah, they're looked down upon. They're not the perfect Mormon. So here she is living in Utah, has this huge social media platform, and almost kind of mocks it. It's, in my opinion, her way of dealing with it, but it's turned into a huge mess.
And then,
I'm sorry, I just want my dad.
Investigators then speak with Mortensen.
All I've been trying to do for the last hour and a half is to leave.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just being bombarded, stealing my keys. She's jumping on my truck, slamming my doors. Like I think my truck.
Is that your white truck?
Yeah, I think my truck doors broke. Like she's on top of my truck, jumping. Like, dude.
Yes.
I can't even believe what just happened.
You want? Let's go look at your truck.
I'm just like lost in words.
Mocus, if she does that, though, she takes the loss of her family. I mean, she's already lost her main friend group. She's had fallouts from them because they're all Mormon and they still follow the rules and regulations and keep this persona on social media that they're doing the perfect thing. Taylor is, in my opinion, suffering from extreme trauma, extreme indoctrination over the years, and we're watching it play out on social media. I'm sorry to say this, but we see this in Utah on the daily, unfortunately. And then the situations get even worse and worse and worse. I hate to say it, but it's so true.
Mortensen explains Paul is going through a divorce, which may have led to her stress level. He also explains to police what led up to the argument.
That's what I was trying to explain. Is like, so she's going through a lot right now. Yeah, with her divorce and stuff. Like, I think that's just been really hard on her, and she hasn't done any therapy.
And that's a different relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that wasn't that long ago, so it's very fresh. So we got in a relationship like really pretty soon after her divorce, and so that's why it's been hard. It's just been like a lot, I think, for her.
Okay.
And
They started dating before her divorce was, I think, even on the books. Like, she was with Dakota pretty fast and publicly displaying him. We run into him in restaurants here. Like, it's funny because I think other people would probably they're nothing to me. Like, and not discounting them as human beings, but they're not celebrities or anything of that nature.
And yeah, I mean, yeah, I think she's going through a lot. She's the type to where, yeah, it's hard for her, I think, to get help. You know, like she fights it.
So you guys come home. She starts getting angry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you're saying that you're wanting to go home.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to just take her inside. I was trying to help her in. I was like, let's go. Like, you need to go inside. And I think she was saying something that she wanted to go party still. I'm like, no, like, you can't.
Again, for those of you guys that don't know, drinking alcohol is prohibited in the LDS religion too. So that's another thing that they look down upon. The only thing that is allowed within the LDS religion, as far as anything like that, is if you have a prescription for marijuana, you have a medical card, the bishop can approve that you can use that. If your doctor was to write you a prescription and say that you can have a beer a day, that would be okay too, as long as the bishop approved it. They're not supposed to drink coffee. They don't drink hot tea. But alcohol use is really frowned upon. So that's another thing against the religion of where she's living. And again, trying to be this perfect Mormon. Prescription drug use in Utah is extremely high because they pass them through the family. So if they get a prescription for it, it's not breaking the rules. So there's a lot of prescription misuse within family sectors too. It's really a sad situation.
Yeah, and then I went inside because I was finally just like, she was not coming out. So I was like, okay, well, and she said her parents were in here. So I was like, oh, perfect. I was like, I'm going to go.
Are they actually in there?
No, they weren't. It was like, I don't know, like her niece or something like that. I don't know. And so I went in there and was like going to get them. I'm like, hey, Taylor's like drunk. He like come get her or something.
Are they coming over?
No, they already left. They were house sitting for her, watching her kids.
Only
And then she came flying in. And that's when she was like freaking out on me in front of them. And I'm like, whoa, what?
And what was she saying?
Oh, crazy stuff. I don't know. I think she was like, I don't even know what she was saying. I don't know. Something about her phone. She was going off about her phone. And then she chucked her phone at me. And then, or no, she threw it on the ground. Boom. And then, I'm trying to think, damn, everything happened so fast.
When officers approach Paul again, she tells them she was so scared during the incident, she lost control of her bladder.
So I talked to Dakota. Tell me what happened with the little wooden thing in the garage in his truck. Like, what happened outside at the truck?
All I know is that I was so scared that I peed my pants. He pushed me into it. I reacted, sure. I threw it at him.
Via phone, Mortensen later tells officers that's untrue.
She had to pee.
Like, she's saying that she was so scared that she peed
Oh my gosh, no.
And
that's
so-
not true.
and she
I have to say, this is my personal opinion after watching this play out for all these years. Taylor doesn't take accountability for much. Again, trauma responses, in my opinion, she doesn't quite understand. And they have talked about in this that she needs therapy. Yes. And unfortunately, there's therapists within the LDS religion. So you can go to a therapist that's LDS. Think about how that would work out. And again, I'm not against all the Mormons. There is such a different level of the Mormon religion and people, how they go about it. But this is just how it works.
she made that point multiple times. When I when I first arrived at the house, I don't remember ever seeing her pee herself, and like I feel like that's something that I would have easily recognized.
Noticed. Absolutely. That's a lie. I mean, she's just lying. That's not true.
Yep.
Eventually, the responding officer tells Paul she's under arrest.
Well, the hard part is that like I'm getting two different stories.
Okay.
As far as tonight's concerned, based on what I've seen and
Most LDS can drink soda. That's a misconception. We have soda shops, like most states have coffee shops. They absolutely drink cold soda. They can drink caffeinated beverages. The hot stuff is what they usually stay away from.
what's taken place. At this time, you're going to be placed under arrest for DV, for domestic violence.
That's cool.
Okay. So before I talk to you more about it, I need you to turn around, place your hands behind your back.
So is he not at all?
Not tonight, no.
I'm confused. So he pushed me and I'm under arrest? Why?
I can talk to you more about it.
That's fine, but I'm just curious why. Okay. I'm the one who's doing am I allowed to talk or not?
Yeah. You can just give me a second.
I'm the one who's doing my so why am I under arrest? So you're going against his word against mine, correct?
It's based on the evidence that I'm seeing at the here tonight.
What's your evidence? Just curious.
Just all the stuff on the ground and you throwing things at him and all that.
Are we allowed to ask him or is that not allowed? Because
What do you mean by asking?
Because when he sees this, he's not going to agree to it.
Officials can then be seen discussing the arrest with Mortensen.
The reality, that's the reality of this, is that you were victimized tonight. And that's why we're here, is we don't want further violence.
Yeah.
And maybe this is the reality check she needs, that hey, I need to get things.
I don't know about the children's situation, if CPS was contacted or not. I'm assuming they were probably contacted, but I bet family came over to take the kids before that ever got to that point. That happens a lot here too.
In chat. So, I just want to talk to you over there real quick.
Sorry, the one kid just puked and so.
No, it's fine. I'm glad the parents showed up.
I don't know which one's which. The little girl? The one upstairs. Oh, okay. Oh, my God.
What is... Do you know the daughter's name? Do you know how to spell it?
Yeah.
Do you know her birthday?
It's...
That's okay. Do they have the same last name?
Yeah.
Or is it a different last name? Well, she's not divorced yet. So.
Well, she is. She just hasn't changed her name. She keeps her names.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can't make you fill that out.
Yeah.
It's voluntary. But I mean, that's your side of the story. Again, she's alleging a different side.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the only thing. If she's wanting to push stuff, then I'm gonna have to. But I truly just want her to just get help and just that's
I understand that, and that's what I'm hoping this results in. I'm not trying to jam anyone up or take them to jail to take them to jail. I want the problem solved.
Does someone get charged then or something?
She is going to be charged with domestic violence.
Oh my gosh!
But I know that's hard to hear, but that's the reality of the situation, and I'm glad that it wasn't worse. Because what if she was throwing stuff at you and damaging your property,
kitchen knife or something.
What if the off chance that she grabbed a kitchen knife? It's already clear that she wasn't thinking straight, right?
Yeah.
Normally in your relationship, it's lovey-dovey, honky-dory, right? But in this specific case, that can't be ignored.
No, it's not. That's a lie. It has not been. These two started off toxic AF, in my opinion, from everything. Yeah, you've got two broken people.
Yeah. What if she was to grab the knife or something else and it escalates again? So the main thing is a reality check saying like, hey, that's not okay. And ignoring it's not going to help the problem either. Like you guys waking up tomorrow morning and acting like it never happened, or having one little conversation and maybe like a smack on the wrist, that doesn't typically help.
Before her arrest, Paul confirmed to officers she was not receiving mental health treatment.
Do you have a therapist or anybody you go to? No. You ever talked with somebody about how you're feeling?
Divorce? No. And abusive people? No, I have not.
Go find me. Last I knew, yes. I don't know if it's still or not.
It's probably a pretty good idea. They can be pretty useful, you know. You might not feel like this normally. This might be kind of due to a little bit of alcohol always raises all of our emotional state. It kind of makes the emotion take over the rational.
Sure.
I don't know if you noticed that with you, but
no, I divorce or alcohol or not, I feel awful. So you're good.
It's probably a little bit easier to keep under control though when you haven't had any alcohol. Yeah. But a therapist can help you work through a lot of those things. If you're feeling like this a lot, it's probably in your best interest to talk to somebody about it.
Following her arrest, Paul took to TikTok explaining she has since started therapy.
I also got on Zoloft to help with my depression and anxiety. I'm on week 4, so I don't know if I see a major difference yet, but I'll keep you guys updated on that. I also started EMDR therapy and so far have loved it. We're just working on all the trauma and kind of gonna start diving into how we can help cope with it.
Paul now faces multiple charges, including aggravated assault and domestic violence in the presence of a child causing injury. She has since entered a not guilty plea in all of the charges.
All right, there's that. But I think I'm glad, I have to say this, I'm glad that they charged her, because I think is the only reason why she actually got into therapy. Unfortunately, I still question if it's an LDS therapist, and I hope it's not. We have thankfully now Utah is about 50-50 with the Mormon population, but we have some incredible mental health professionals outside the Mormon religion. EMDR is extremely helpful, but extremely hard for people with trauma from that long. Like it's extremely problematic. Like opening Pandora's box and then not being able to shove everything in when you've used alcohol, medication, anything to cope your whole entire life, because you can't deal with all of the things. You know, she has this, I don't think people quite understand either. The perfectionism, the desire to be perfect in Utah is something I've never seen before. The purity culture, God, I wish one of the boys was here with me. We have a bunch of missionaries that we got really close with who are from all over the place, and coming to Utah was such an experience for them. But some of them openly talk about, you know, the difference between what they grew up in versus here. But that ideal perfectionism doesn't go away. This is a girl that was indoctrinated from birth into this religion. She lives by that religion, even though on social media she kind of mocks it. There's so much that goes into this. And the only thing I can say at the end of the day is DV sucks. I'm glad that they took her, because I think that a toxic situation, of course, is not going to get any better, but I hope that she gets the help she needs. Yes, Yinzi. Yinzi, I'm so proud of you. Can I just say, like, I'm hugging you so big today because you have been through so much shit, and I'm so proud of how you own it and own who you are and all of it. Like, people don't quite understand that high control groups, that indoctrination from the time you were born, and then when you break free, that's why a lot of us are so firm in where we stand, because we've been through it. We've been controlled. We've been manipulated. We've had all this stuff done. And when people start to do it to us on a scale, even on social media, fuck that. Ain't going to happen. That control, the manipulation, all of it. And we're watching TikTokers, this play out on a big screen, you know, and you have all these people, random strangers who have no clue what these people are going through, judging them, but not understanding that. And again, I'm not giving her a pass. She needed to be held accountable for her actions 100%. And I think that it needs to happen more often. But in Utah too, a lot of times if you tell them you're a Mormon and it's a Mormon cop, they'll kind of look the other way too. I mean, it does happen. We have such a high rate of DV situations. Oh God, the family situations, people, I mean, look back to Josh and Susan Powell. If you don't know that story, we could go into that one too. That's a huge explanation of a lot of this. But the one of the decompression that I was going to read before we got booted off the beforehand, maybe I'll do this tomorrow because it's really long and we'll go into it. But it's called, this is 25 signs you're in a high control group or a cult. And it's incredible. It's an incredible read. And I want to get into it a lot more. So we'll do it tomorrow. Looking beyond, I got yeeted. Yanzi, I can only imagine. Like, I've been, yeah. My whole childhood, like, I was always told that because I didn't quite believe or didn't really want to believe what everybody around me believed, that there was something wrong with me. I was the black sheep. There was something wrong with me because I didn't conform to the beliefs of others around me and extreme belief systems. I was raised in a very, very over the top. When my family got divorced, my mom was the problem, of course, is what we were told. So she was passing generational curses down. So as a young child, I got told that we were carrying generational curses and they would hold us down and lay hands on us and pray for us as children, you know, and cast the demons out of us and anoint our rooms with oil before we'd come to stay and all of that shit. Like, that fucks you up. And you have to go through a lot of decompression to get through that, like years. The speaking in tongues, oh God, all of that stuff. And not everybody that speaks in tongues is high control or all of that, but there's a lot of people that use it for that too. Yeah. Yep. I've got, this is where I religious trauma in my comments section. If you've had faith trauma, religious trauma, I hear you, I see you. And it, unfortunately, you don't get rid of that. Like, it carries through. That's why I'm so passionate about certain things. And when people come in and they're like, oh my God, you're in a cult. Yeah, she does. She absolutely does, Mochus. Absolutely. Extreme Pentecostal, like Westboro Baptist type shit too. The deprogramming camps of something's wrong with you, we're going to pray it away. Been there, done that. I think he did great, Boston. I personally think the cop did a great job. I think he was trying to evaluate the situation and take all aspects into. I'm really glad though, because I think that's the only way she's going to be forced into getting help, to be honest. In that situation, you know, nobody got hurt. She got taken to jail. She'll have some charges to deal with, but it forced her into therapy. And I think that's probably the best. This is why I stick to therapy. Kenzie just completed EMDR, as you guys know. She kind of talked about it a little bit, and we're huge. My girls go to therapy weekly, and Kenzie had graduated to EMDR. And the other day, she's okay with me telling this, but she's been having the same thoughts again, the nightmares, all of that stuff, keeping her awake. So she came to me and she was like, Mom, it's time. And so we called yesterday and she's back getting on the schedule for her therapist again. So EMDR, it's a trauma-based therapy. There's a lot of trauma-based therapies, especially for children or young adults, but EMDR is a wonderful trauma therapy. I would suggest looking into it. I'm not a therapist, so I'm not going to like explain all the details and everything of that nature, but it's amazing. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Angie. I'm so proud of all of you guys. Seventh-day Adventist, Texas TIFF, that's a big one too. Finding a therapist that sticks around. Therapists are so hard to find right now too. Absolutely. I'm so proud of all you guys. Look at this comment section and lighten up with the therapist talk, all of it. You had nightmares up until about 5 years ago. Yep. Yeah, BJ, I think he used that to be able to take her because if you live in Utah, this plays out on a big scale because I've been to y'all, I'm the one that took 6 missionaries to the freaking Scientology building for a tour. If you want it, Kyle and I, oh God, I got to bring Kyle on for that. And I could bring them one of the missionaries on too. He's not a missionary anymore, but he's one of my kids. Yes, I just wish, Mokus, I wish she could see herself on the outside. Sometimes I wish people could just realize there's a whole other world. Lori, it's so hard right now. Our therapists are so underpaid, so overworked. They don't get the protection that they need. They're not, we need so many more. Until our medical system starts acknowledging that health in general is mental health, physical health, it's all one. It should be health, period. So when they're making referrals to physical therapy, a specialist, mental health therapy should be included in that. It absolutely should be included in that. Health is a huge thing, but we don't have professionals enough to take everybody that needs it. It sucks. Oh, what did you say? Fundamentalist. Hold on, I gotta go back up. Ooh, sticky. So, some of you guys, I don't even know if I want to talk about this. There's another group that was more that people kind of know. Well, some people know a little bit about it. We'll talk about that tomorrow. That's a whole nother world. And I don't want people to go looking into it before I get to explain a little bit because the belief system is very similar and they practice a lot of the same things. My family members, they could not wear jeans. They were a traveling evangelistic group. Like there's all sorts of stuff. Canada is free, but you wait years. See, that's crazy. That's why people turn to alcohol, substance abuse too. Like we are so quick to addict shame. But when you have all these demons in your head, voices in your head that you can't control and you just want them to stop, that's why people turn to substances a lot because they don't want to deal with all the shit they've been dealing with. I don't know. This is a whole thing. But indoctrination can start. High control groups can be more prevalent in our everyday worlds than people even realize too. Hail to the no, Boston. His family's Catholic. He went to a Catholic church occasionally. Totally different. Totally. Brittany, I just did that and it got yeeted. My video went. I didn't get struck. I just got paused. Oh, Miss Lee, all of my therapists and my medical professionals and mental health professionals in the comments, my hat goes off to all of you. You guys aren't not paid enough to deal with the shit you deal with. Exactly. It's a Band-Aid, kitten claws. It's a Band-Aid. At the end of the day, all that still comes out. You got to get it out somewhere. You got to. You absolutely got to. Brittany, I will. Sorry, that went a totally different way, but then I got yeeted on that video and then I was like, well, let me give you an explanation of what's currently happening in Utah because this is something we've been talking about. Oh, Boston, I will. I'm sorry. I've been all over. Yes, Rachel, absolutely. It's really sad. People don't understand. And then the indoctrination that happens in these high control groups, religions, all of that stuff, the sexual abuse, the molestation, all of the physical abuse, the mental abuse, the abandonment because their parents are too worried about being the perfect in everybody else's eyes. In Utah, within the LDS church, they try to baptize children by the age of 8. And it's sad. There's so much shit. Yeah, the whole ex-Mormon community here is incredible too. Like there's some amazing people. So one of my best friends is actually one of the LGBTQ. She's a therapist with a LGBTQ with the university here and specializes in the ex-Mormons that are transitioning and stuff. It's incredible. She is incredible. It's crazy though. And they're one of the wealthiest things too. Do you guys realize, like, do you guys even understand about like how much information they have on somebody? I should just walk you guys around the corner. Maybe I'll do that later. Maybe I should walk you guys in my neighborhood and let you see how close the church is here and how much eyes they have on us at all times. Granted, I'm not Mormon, but there's well, actually in my neighborhood, there's four of us that aren't, 4 houses that aren't. Oh, did somebody do something? Hold on. Oh, go find me. Thank you so much. I missed it yesterday too when you did that and I didn't even see it, your super sticker until after. Thank you so much for that too. Let me say welcome to everybody and then I'm going to run get the kids. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Utah is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful state. Lots to do if you're an outdoorsy person. And then, you know, let me explain it this way. I have some of the best Mormon friends that are LDS too. Like 99% of my friends are LDS, but they are what is considered a Jack Mormon. That's what they're called. So they follow bits and pieces of it, but they also realize there's a whole other world out there. So they don't follow everything. They're very realistic people and they're just incredible people. So there's 2 different groups within the locals too. It's either the most accepting, amazing, kind human beings that are just good human beings, period, because they're good human beings with or without religion. And then you've got your other ones that think they're above everybody and they're perfect. And if you are worldly or not, a lot of people open your conversation with, "Are you Mormon here?" Bitch, I mean, granted, there is the tattooed Mormon. If you haven't ever listened to her, she's amazing. But this is a huge no-go in the LDS religion. Tattoos are a huge no-go. I mean, they're a huge no-go for Moose Magutu. But that's like an opening conversation of like, "Are you Mormon? What does it matter if I am or not?" And then Kyle and I, like, we can spot them. You can spot most of them. It's sad. It's really sad. Yep. Wyoming and Idaho. Absolutely. Because it's the closest. Yep, for sure. Bye, Keith. Yeah, Ianzi, the crazy thing about that is too, Mormons don't really believe in hell. People don't even realize that either. Like the whole, and the Book of Mormon being secondary to the Bible, like there's so much stuff. So much. Good people are good people, take away the religion no matter what, though. Good people are good people with or without it. It totally feels like a Friday. I know. My body is a temple. I just like to be artistic about it. That's what they call it, though. Have you guys ever seen their purity rings? Hold on, let me show you one. I think I have one right here. Yinzi, this might be a trauma for you, but that's what their purity rings look like. It stands for choose the right. Yeah. Yes, there's my girls. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. I know. That's their statements all the time. Your body is a temple. I should show you guys the Temple Square. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Chase the rich. Do you guys understand too? Like, okay. So when you are a member of the Mormon church, like they know your finances and stuff. Like they have all of your documentation. Like you have to tithe, but it's like your income based on income, not just on what you can spare that week. It's not just your typical like 10% stuff. Seventh day. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I like this conversation. There's a lot of you guys that with religious trauma. Stargazer. Oh, Keith, we should watch that. I forgot about that. I love that video. I know exactly. Scientology. We have Scientology here too. Kyle and I, that was actually the trippiest tour I've ever done. You can do tours of that. She gave her ring back. Yeah. Dad was 30%. Oof. And the rich neighborhoods like Park City, those churches, oh my God, it's so crazy. Your son's a Scientologist now. He moved to Clearwater for it. He went to the epicenter. That's like all the Mormons move here. And we have a big group of FLDS too, which people don't understand, like the fundamentalists versus LDS, two completely separate things. So polygamists believe in multiple wives, even though some of the LDS doctrine and belief system used to be that. There's totally two different things. Totally not getting into the celestial kingdom over here either. No, I'm not Mormon. Nope. I have been to General Conference though. I actually have pictures of that. That was a crazy experience. I've been to Scientology. No, I was raised in a totally different over the top one. Jack Mormon. Yep. There's, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's not a one size fits all. Everybody kind of does it. Southern Baptist. Oh, some Southern Baptists. I love some Southern Baptist church, but some are way over the top too. Colorado City. Oh my goodness. All right. I could talk about this all day. Let's talk about it tomorrow. Sorry, my video got yeeted. It is what it is. We'll talk more about high control groups. I'll try to break it up so I don't get that to happen again, because I think a lot of that is super important and people will start to understand, like, there's a whole decompression when you come out of a high control group and people think, oh, it's only religious cults that are high control groups. No, that's not the case. It can be a small group. It can be a few people. Not every principle is going to apply for every high control group too. Like there's a lot. Yeah. Yeah. See, this is where I get excited though, because this is my, no, you're fine. Ask all the questions you want. If I miss them, I'm going to go back and I love it. This is what I'm passionate about because I see how fucked up so many people are about it. And honestly, at the end of the day, like all I can hope for them is she gets the help she needs and can decompress and find whatever has happened. Oh my God, the employers here too. There is a lot of discrimination that goes on within the Mormon church and affiliations and companies that they own. And if you're not, like, you can't even work on a temple to build a temple as a contractor if you're not in the church roster. Like, there's a lot. It's crazy. It's crazy. We were talking about high control groups. We were actually going over the bite model. I was doing the TED Talk bite model and it yeeted me. Mocha, she needs people that actually care about her. And that's the hard part, is because a lot of these people that come out of those situations, everybody around them is the same. So it's really hard to break that cycle. One of Kyle's buddies has like 30, 40 some siblings. He's FLDS. Insane. I think I can't remember. I'm going to have to ask him. It's crazy. Oh, yeah. You can't show shoulders. LuLaRoe. that was, yeah, there's a whole, so my uppers in LuLaRoe were, one of them was the first consultant with LuLaRoe, and they were all very involved in the church too. Yes, I've watched Big Love. I love that show. People ask me now, what religion would I say I more conform to? I don't conform to any religion. I would say I have more like Buddhist principles kind of thing, but I still don't conform to any religion. Buddhism is about be better, do better, all of this, the human principles, I guess, more so than anything. I guess that would be the closest thing. So LDS is a branch in Mormon. No, Latter-day Saints is the religion. We call them Mormon. Now it's changed to, they like to be called Latter-day Saints. And FLDS is Fundamentalist Latter-day Saints. Two different sects. And then off of those, there's other sects within each of those. Does that make sense? You're a proud agnostic. Yes. Namaste. Yeah. Lorraine, right? All right. I'm out. Yes. Look at all of you guys commenting and talking in the comment section today. We are on a topic that people actually like. It's so much better to not listen to puny. Oh, Karen, I'm so sorry. You can participate anytime. We'll figure it out. Yes. Yinzi, I'm hugging you again. Tattooed Aries, I'm hugging you again too. There's so many of you that have overcame religious trauma and have worked on yourself and are who you are today because of things like this. So to me, it makes me feel so good to hear all of this stuff. Swig. Oh, I don't like Dr. Pepper, but I do like their coconut Diet Cokes occasionally. All right, y'all. See you guys later. Have a great day. Bye, Looking Beyond. Bye, Margie. We're going to come back to it tomorrow. I think this is a very good topic. And I think that kind of showed, like, I see a broken little girl when I look at Taylor. I can't help it. There's a lot of empathy that I have for her, but I also see, like, that's the reason why she's using substances and she's toxic and all of the things, you know, like, it's so much different than what we just see. You see that and you're like, oh, she did this, you know, but there's a lot to it. So I will be back tomorrow, probably around the same time, 11:30 noonish my time, which I am, what am I? Mountain Standard Time. It's 1:41 Pacific Standard Time here. Yes, Mochas, she's human. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a member's live tonight with Kyle. I haven't brought him on in a while. Okay.